Okay. Welcome back to Fantasy Avenue with Mikey Andersen and a guest that might be more regular in the future, Coach JP Flynn.
I'm back.
He's back.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. It was a yearly thing and maybe more frequent in the future.
Let's hope.
I've recorded a couple podcasts solo and then with my friends, and we don't even talk about football. We talk about random stuff. Mm-hmm. But it is way more fun with people.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into doing it solo after you do it with people.
Yeah, talking to yourself.
And I did it for so long, I was fine. But then, do a couple with people in a row, and I'm like, man, I need a face, and I need a voice.
Yeah, I mean, you can only talk to yourself for so long.
Yeah, it's pretty painful.
Yeah.
Sit in my room staring at my wall.
Absolutely.
So this is good, because also, I'm not going to say I'm necessarily like a genius. So it's good to have multiple takes here.
Yeah, and I think this is a good time. The trades, the offseason has slowed heavily.
Yeah.
Right. So like teams have kind of settled into what they're going to roll into camp with, and it's a good point to to start talking
Jump
about
off.
it.
Yeah. Probably got like a month-ish before your draft, or
somewhere in that range. I think the beginning of
later.
August is usually when things start to kick off.
So we'll try to get ourselves and you guys ready as fast as possible. We're going to start with rookies. I always do that alone, but it's kind of like my first episode every time. It's like saying which rookies in the NFL will be viable in terms of drafting.
Well, are we going to talk terms of drafting, or are we just going to discuss?
We can go all, but like if they're obviously an offensive rookie, then you
I think
drop some knowledge.
This year's draft was such a different draft, in my opinion. It was totally different from what we're normally used to seeing with QBs flying off the board and wide receivers going out left and right. There's a lot more offensive linemen and defensive players drafted this year, which was just due to best available, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's definitely not quarterback standout by any means at all.
No, I mean, Cam Ward's going to be interesting to see what he plans out to be. I think he's got a good foundation.
Yeah.
I like the style of play. He has outstanding poise, great composure. I'm not big on really any other quarterback that was drafted.
No,
I'm not a Jackson Dart fan. I'm not a Tyler Shell fan. I'm not a Shadur guy. I think Shadur is the biggest steal of the draft, getting him in the 5th round.
Yeah.
I think that was a great pick
still,
by the Browns. Dylan Gabriel was a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them are. I love the offensive lineman picks. I wasn't big on how quickly Greg Zabel came off the board to the Seahawks. I like what the Pats did with Will at 4. I think he's going to be a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he carries himself.
Yeah.
I love the Abdul Carter pick by the Giants.
Yeah.
Trying to think of who else went early on that I was just like a big fan of. I was sick to my stomach when the Niners didn't pick up Warren Kittle on the back end of his career.
Who did they pick?
They picked Mikael Williams, edge rusher.
Oh, yeah. I was very surprised they didn't pick a tight end.
Which, I mean,
I'm surprised Warren fell to 14.
I am too. Which I think the Colts got a good deal there.
Yeah, I did too.
He's going to be a dude. He's an offensive weapon you can use in so many different ways, and he's great at putting his hand in the dirt and getting dirty in the run game. So I think that was a great pickup.
Yeah, I picked him in Dynasty. I have Travis Kelce in my Dynasty league, so I was like, and like Evan Ingram or something like.
You need somebody else.
I had an old room.
Yeah. To step in.
Do you think he's better than Colston Loveland?
I do. I think Colston Loveland came off the board too soon.
Me too.
He's a true flex.
He's choice.
Yeah,
tight end.
He's a true flex out wide receiver type.
Big.
Yeah. More of a Kelce type than a Kittle type, or a Tony Gonzalez or an Antonio Gates.
Which do you think will be better in fantasy? It's hard because they do play differently.
I don't know,
and
based on situations that they're in is always a big deal too.
Yeah,
I'm big on what Chicago's doing right now.
Really?
Yeah, I think Chicago's like made an entire overhaul. I love the hire of Ben Johnson. Revamped the offensive line. Caleb's coming into his 2nd year. I think Chicago's a sleeper pick. I think the NFC North is going to be a really, really, really good division.
Yeah.
Like I think in reality, everyone's probably going to. I'm a huge J.J. McCarthy fan, mainly because of the situation that he's in. You got KOC calling the plays. You got Jettas, outside. Yeah. You got a solid running back room with a decent offensive line that can protect and do good things. They got Hawk outside. I think that they have, some young and up and coming wide receivers. Jordan Addison's still on the scene, should be doing some big things this year. I think they likely win the division this year. Lions will always be good with Dan Campbell,
just leadership.
Yeah, at the helm with his culture and everything that he's instilled.
Yeah.
Even though losing 2 coordinators is always tough, but they have killer offensive line, one of the best running back
still
rooms.
Still got dogs.
Yeah, like you're still.
It gives, yeah.
You're still insane. Well, yeah, you got Sonic and whatever the
Knuckles,
Sonic and Knuckles back there. They're always gonna be good. Then you got Chicago and Green Bay, and what Matt LaFleur is doing in Green Bay. I mean, what he did when Jordan Love got hurt last year was disgusting in the run game. I mean, his ability to just be creative, build ways to get the ball in his playmakers' hands with room to work.
Yeah.
And favorable matchups and angles for the offensive line was outstanding. I mean, I think the Packers come in last in the NFC North this year, and they still probably have 8 wins.
Really?
I do.
You think the Bears beat them? I don't think I can bet on the Bears ever until they do something.
That's just a hot take.
No matter how good they look, they still they just lose.
Yeah,
no matter how good they are.
It's a hot take. I understand.
I mean, I think they're fine. It's just
Do I think the Bears? I think the Bears go 9 to 11 wins.
Yeah.
And they're probably, if they get 9, they'll be third in the division. If they get 11, they'll be second. And I just don't see them doing anything in the playoffs, but I do see them projecting upwards. I'm taking KLC and the young pup, JJ,
to win,
running the huddle,
or to win the division. To the Lions to win.
I think I got them beating the Lions this year. I think the Lions just have too much to.
Yeah, they have to shake it out. I think the first 5 games are going to be eh.
Yeah, I think they got too much to overcome to be the clear-cut winner of the division next year.
That's fair. It's good,
but like I said, I like what Chicago's doing.
They're all very crowded. If you think about their offenses, like you're explaining, the Packers is kind of random, but the Vikings and Bears specifically, they have so many weapons. It's a little hard to know where the ball's going to go in terms of.
Well, and Luther Burden in the second round.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Huge pickup.
Yes, he was one of my favorite receivers in the draft.
I was same.
Broncos just kept passing on him. I was like, why? Everyone kept passing on him. I was like, why?
I am I'm telling you, Chicago, hot take, Chicago.
I mean, yeah.
Plus 9 wins this year.
It's just hard to know, in terms of, who you about to pick, who you about to draft, who's going to get the ball, and who's going to actually score the points.
And that's what I'm saying. This year's draft was so much different because it's, normally there's just such a clear-cut, this is who's going 1 through 10.
Yeah, this is the need.
Yeah, they need this.
Right.
And I think so many teams this year decided to go, hey, we're drafting best available.
Best weapon.
Yeah,
exactly. Our team, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what this rookie class does.
Do you say anything about the Armand Membu? Did you say something?
Oh, I was a big fan of him.
Is he any good? I don't even know.
The Jets picked him up at, where did they pick him up at? 7. Mm-hmm. I really actually wanted the Niners to bump up and pick.
And go grab him.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line has kind of always been on the back burner for San Francisco. If you look at Kyle Shanahan's take, he's always going to have an elite center, right? He'll go out and get one.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, from the time that I was there, they had a guy named Dan Kilgore who was a great football player, and then they knew that in his style of play that they needed someone elite though. So they went out and picked up Weston Richburg, who came off of an All-Pro season, paid him a bucket of money. He gets hurt early on, doesn't pan out the way that they hoped. So then they go and pick up Alex Mack. You know what I mean? It's just it's a consistent. Yes, he will always have
top level dude. Yeah.
He'll always. Trent Williams is Trent Williams, but he will always pay and go find a center to play. It's just what he will always do. That's what's going to be needed. You got to have a smart guy who can get out and go, reach 3 techniques, reach 2, do some incredible things.
But then are you saying the rest of the guys are not a priority?
Correct. Especially at the guard position. Yeah, and so he's always tried to draft. They've always tried to draft a guard. They tried Aaron Banks, didn't pan out. They're always going to try, and then they try and pick up a 5th rounder or something like that.
Right.
I thought that they needed to make it a true priority.
Yeah.
And with Saleh back, I think they Sulla's always going to pick D-line. It's just how it works.
Yeah, it seems like they could have picked Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker was okay.
Good.
Yeah,
he's a guard.
He's all right.
He's not Greg Zabel.
That
was a weird.
Greg Zabel went way too early.
Yeah, I knew just from his film. I was like,
yeah, NDSU guy way too early.
He's dominating dudes who are like 5'11".
Yeah, but he also lives in the gap scheme world. He doesn't do a lot in the zone scheme. He wouldn't have fit well in San Francisco.
Well, that's good they didn't pick him.
Yeah, I mean,
it is just a weird draft though. Like every pick seems to be just like either offensive lineman. There's a lot, or just like a weapon that hopefully helps your team.
Yeah,
and
I think Abdul Carter's going to go crazy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If he doesn't get like triple teamed every play.
Yeah, I think Travis Hunter has a great year too. I like Travis Hunter a lot.
At what?
Yeah.
At both?
I don't think he'll play both. Travis Kelce came out and made the point that I actually liked. He's like, if he plays both sides of the ball, teams are just going to run by him.
Yeah.
Keeping up with NFL style wide receivers.
He's got to be the most fit guy in the world to even do that.
Yeah, it's a different world. I don't know what they're going to play him at. I actually think Jags are going to be good. I think they could do some good. I think T-Law is a dude. They've always kind of had a revolving door at running back, but ETN isn't terrible.
No, and they had Tank Busy got
Tank
got like 900 yards last year. He actually took most of the carries from ETN.
Well, and
they drafted another dude. They got 3 running backs now.
Well, and then you also have BTJ, who I think is the best best wide receiver out of that 2024 class.
He's dope. Yeah.
I mean, I understand you got Ladd and Neighbors in there, but I think BTJ is going to have an outstanding year.
He had like a quiet, fancy year in terms of like people knowing him, but he finished like 7th, or 6th out of in PPR, which is nuts. Yeah, and I think I feel like Travis Hunter could play like a dime or like a nickel package where he goes in sometimes. Or if they have like a versatile corner, then they like bump the corner in and put Travis on the edge when they go multiple, like when they add an extra DB or something. Like I feel like they're going to want to get him on the field. So they're going to make a package to put him there, whether it's the right move or not, maybe.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
I feel like they will I guarantee he will play some snaps at some point.
On the defense
just because, because the world wants to see it.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's going to work out or not.
Yeah, I think that's a good take,
but
I'm not positive. It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out.
Yeah. So that I'm trying to think of the other dudes who are even like relevant. Obviously, Genty.
Genty will do well.
He's going to do well.
I really would have loved to see the Raiders make a move at the quarterback. No, your world. You want him to choke. I would have, like I said, I would have.
Who though?
I would have liked. They passed on Shedeur like 5 times.
You mean like later? Well, what do you mean like at their pick right there?
Oh no, not there. Yeah. No, not at 6.
Okay. You just mean somewhere in the draft?
I think Genty was a great pick, best available. Yes. Again, you know what I mean. 100%. It kind of falls into that realm, and I think that Genty's going to be a generational running back.
I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I think that was the right pick at where they were at in the draft. I just would have liked to see them make some sort of move in the quarterback world.
Yeah.
I think
we all got Tommy Millott.
Yeah.
What's the
Cam Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that AOC is not the guy. I don't think that they believe AOC is the guy. I think Gino's a guy that can come in, but it was like a perfect situation in my opinion for them to make the move for Shedeur, especially later. By
the time it's 4th, 5th round.
Exactly.
Like picking.
Yeah, like pick Shedeur and let him learn under Gino for a year.
Yeah.
And then come in and hopefully he's your guy. And if not, maybe you get another draft pick somewhere.
Yeah.
But to me, that would have made a lot of sense for the Raiders organization to go make a move for Shedeur, especially later in those rounds.
That's a good dude to learn behind. I feel like their play styles are like kind of similar. Like they're like both semi-mobile, but they look to.
They don't live in that world though.
No, yeah, they look to like complete balls, and find crossing routes and do stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Pete Carroll obviously has that comfort with Gino, and that's why they made the move to get him.
That makes sense.
But I mean, there was, and I was not a big believer in paying Sam Darnold.
No,
I'm telling you, KOC is the guy. KOC is the reason for Sam Darnold's success more than Sam Darnold is the reason for Sam Darnold's success.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think that there wasn't a lot in the quarterback market this year. Like, why not take a shot on a guy like Shedeur later in the 4th round, 5th round, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I agree.
But
Raiders, they can't have a perfect draft, It's the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. How do you feel about your Broncos draft?
It's all right. I feel like the RJ Harvey, I think, is a dog. I think he's super good. And like we just need a running back, who can like take the ball and drive upfield because our offensive line is like elite, So we just need to do semi. They are okay.
Elite.
Don't give me that.
Elite.
They were like
they're
first
good.
in the NFL and like pressures allowed. And
I like their offensive line. I like Garrett Bowles a lot.
good.
I like Mike McGlinchey a lot.
they got first in the NFL statistics in multiple categories. That makes me think they're elite.
Yeah, I like Quinn. Dude's a guy. Yeah,
They're good.
Yeah, they're
Come on.
good. Elite is
Elite. Well, what is who
bold
are
statement.
elite? Like the top 5.
Eagles are the only offensive line in the NFL.
There's
right now,
one
right?
elite. I was
Yeah.
That's just doesn't make that doesn't. That's not what it means. Elite's like top 5.
No, elite is like
Elite's not top
people.
1.
People always throw the word around great. Often,
Is great.
great is
great
like
a word that you could
great
use?
to me is a word that is used way too much in the English language. There's a lot of good around, right? There's a lot of good in the world. There's a lot of good being.
But what is better than good?
Great?
Okay, the
Yeah.
Broncos' offensive line is better than good. There's a lot of good offensive lines. You just said that. There's a lot of good. The whole middle chunk is good.
Okay, I mean,
Great.
you have a right to your opinion. I have a right to mine.
But you just give me an English lesson. You don't even give me an opinion.
It wasn't an English lesson. I'm
Yes, it
just
was.
saying I don't think that the Broncos' offensive line is great.
Why?
I do think that they are a good offensive
Why
line.
though? Why?
They have trouble establishing a run game consistently year in and year out. They did a good job. I think Bo Nix also did a good job of protecting them as much as they protected him.
Yeah.
He extended plays very well. They moved him out of the pocket a ton, which makes an offensive lineman's world way easier.
Right.
He very rarely sat in the pocket, patted the ball, and did his thing. It's like, this is a terrible comparison, but it's like a guy, like if you watched Tom Brady in his prime,
He's like untouchable.
Tom Brady was untouchable, and every offensive lineman around him, everyone always, he's the Matt Light, who is the tackle that played there forever. I mean, they had all these guys that everyone's like, oh, they're the best to do it, right? Jeff Saturday was a guy, but in reality, Tom Brady was getting rid of the ball in less than 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, like I talked to an NFL scout one time, and they won't, and he was for the Patriots. They won't even really look at an edge rusher unless he can get to the quarterback in less than like 2.78 seconds.
Really?
Like if his sacks are coming,
pure speed.
Yeah, well, not even necessarily pure speed. It's just
like you need it.
Yeah, like you have to be able to force a quarterback to throw the ball and throw the ball fast.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're not doing that, then you're not worthy of a draft pick. Maybe you're a guy that they go and pick in a undrafted free, whatever, right? But they're not going to go after a guy unless he can get rid of the ball quickly, like Tom did, right? And that was just their baseline. Patriots had a different baseline than everyone else.
No, yeah,
right? It was totally different. But that was the reasoning behind it. It made sense to me. It clicked.
Yeah.
And like I just don't believe.
So you're saying Bo was as big of a reason as the offensive line was?
Correct.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that like
I said, it's a terrible comparison. It's just kind of showing where my thought process come from.
That's fair.
That's all I'm trying to do.
We still needed running back. Whether they have trouble establishing. I mean, I think you really look at the last year because I feel like our offensive line last year was better than like I've ever seen it in terms of just general play. And like guys like Bowles who have like been coming into their own their whole career are finally at that point where they're like, okay,
McGlinchey's the same
ready
way.
to go. Yeah,
like he's finally getting to that level. Where
last year he was struggling. Like last year was the first year with us, and it was like it looked like kind of wasted money at some points.
No, he's gonna be all right.
But now he looked good.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah. So like dudes like that, I'm just like, okay, give us a hard nosed running back. RJ Harvey's ran for like 40 touchdowns last 2 years.
No, I think if you're happy with the pick, I don't disagree with the pick. I think it was the pick they missed on Javonte.
I wish we would
have years ago.
I wish we would have picked a running back earlier, kind of like what's the North Carolina dude? I think is pretty good. Hampton.
Oh, the Patriots
to the Chargers.
Oh no, you're talking
the
about the
Patriots guy is what is his name? Ohio State dude. There was two Ohio State dudes. So they all went early, but like the Broncos could have picked a lot of them. Like the Broncos either would have reached on one of them or let them pass. Maybe not Hampton. Hampton was like the only one that like you can go ahead and pick, I think. But I mean, I'm going to go with Harvey and hope that he works out, thinking that we've boosted our defense. It was already like, that's elite. Can we say that?
Defense is good.
The defense is elite.
I like your defense. Your defense
Can we say they're great? They are great.
I'm telling you what I'm saying. Your defense is good. Okay, that's what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to go any further with it. That's what.
Okay, I don't need your validation.
Fair enough.
they're good.
All right. Okay. If that's what. Yeah.
And honestly, our secondary. I mean, like there was one game where our secondary didn't perform, and it was one dude.
You have an elite back end of your defense.
He was our
Is that
secondary. Yes.
Does that make you happy?
That is fair.
Yeah,
because
okay.
it's like the yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I am. I'd be very.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, I'd like to see a better secondary in the NFL. There's ones that are probably up there, but the one thing was we had one injury when Riley Moss went down, and first backup that comes in was against the Browns when Jameis Winston.
Travion Henderson was the guy that got drafted by the
Patriots. And he's good. He's got like some quick speed.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
It was Hampton.
No, who went to the Browns?
Oh, Judkins.
Yes, Judkins. Anyway, it was like the one game that we didn't have our starters really, and it was when Judy went for like 250 yards.
Oh.
And like that showed like people are like, why are you picking a DB? You don't need a DB in the Broncos. But we have zero depth, and it doesn't matter how locked down all the receivers are by Surtain and whoever else. If you have one hole, then they're just going to exploit it over and over and over.
Yeah.
So I don't hate the pick. I think it's good. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, right? We need receivers, and we got that guy, the guy from Illinois, Pat Bryant. He's all right. He just looks like a bigger, slower Sutton, honestly.
I think
which is like whatever.
You have a young room that could be all right.
Yeah. I think Mims got a chance to be really good if he just keeps developing.
Troy Franklin's not horrid.
No.
By any means.
He just needs to work on his hands.
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like we're in a good young spot.
Yeah.
Just give a few years, and if the defense and offensive line holds up and gives our skill position and Bo Nix a chance to just develop, I think in like 3 years we got a chance to be like pretty dang good.
There you go.
That's what I hope, at least. Okay, what else? What other rookies you want to talk about?
I don't know. I think there's not a whole lot of rookies, in my opinion, that I think that are going to make massive waves this year, and they could prove me wrong.
Yeah.
No part of me, would be surprised if Cam Ward comes out and leads the Titans to an 8-win season, and everyone goes bonkers for him.
An 8-win season.
And that would be an outstanding rookie season for that program.
Yeah, it would.
But I think we start to move on, kind of into this next topic and start talking about a way too early mock draft here.
I love it. Way too early, first round mock draft. So, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, who's your number one overall? Who are you picking?
I think you have to. Well, so okay, what are we?
You don't have to pick Jamar Chase.
Are we going PPR? Or are we going half
PPR?
Half PPR? Full PPR?
Full PPR.
Okay, I think in full PPR it's Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. And see, I'm a guy, like when I draft, I believe in drafting in value. Yeah. I don't necessarily believe in drafting in need.
Yeah.
Like I'll go into a season a lot of times like without a running back.
Really?
Yeah. Because
you just let yourself have a hole.
But if I have 5 wide receivers, and then I'll go and I'll try and make a move.
It's not a bad idea.
Like pick a guy up off the waiver wire just to get me through a couple weeks, and then kind of
I know that.
Or then make a trade or something like that. That's where when I draft in fantasy, that's where my mind goes. I believe in a value draft, or it could be a quarterback too.
Right. That's why I think I do like similar. I think I try to fill my starters, but there's been seasons where I have 2 running backs on my roster, and they're just filling my 2 spots.
Yeah.
And then I have like 3 tight ends and 6 receivers, and I'm just like
100%
rolling with who
That's it.
I feel you.
I think that the obvious debate for the number 1 overall is between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and I like Justin Jefferson more.
Really?
There's just too many. I don't know. The one thing that you're always going to get with the Bengals is you're going to throw the ball 55 times a game, and a lot of those targets. But with T. Higgins secured in his role as a number 2, I understand that, but
I get that argument. But
they paid the guy. They didn't do anything to the offensive line. Their defense is atrocious. And I guess that actually kind of plays into fantasy's hopes, is because they're going to be throwing the ball all game long, right?
Jamar had 175 targets last year, which is absurd.
Yeah,
no one was even close to that number.
I think I'm going to roll Jettas as my number 1.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. It's rarely that it repeats. I hate having the number 1 overall pick.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. If you don't get the number 1 player in fantasy, then you didn't make good of your pick.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, and most drafts that I'm typically in a snake draft.
Yeah.
That's usually, I hate being in the first slot.
Yeah.
Then you're waiting
20 picks. You have one dude.
Yeah, you
got
got
whole
one
season's riding on this guy to repeat, pretty much.
Exactly.
And there's zero value ever.
Yeah. And so I like being in that
Me too.
middle of this, middle of the pack.
Yeah, it depends who you're playing with too. Like if I'm playing with like some dudes who know what they're doing, then I like to be kind of in the, like if it was out of 10, I'd like to be like 4 or 5, whatever. But then if I'm like playing with my friends, like the 8 or 9 is perfect because I'm getting my 3 overall player at 8, and I'm just like, and then it comes back around. Like I have my 3 and 4th overall top dudes in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, and you're feeling good about it,
and no one even knows. You know? Yeah. That's how. You know.
I'm in that world too. Like that's where I like to be stationed in my fantasy picks.
Yeah.
And I like I said, you go Jamar Chase, I go Justin Jefferson. There's a whole gambit of picks. I think Tyreek Hill fell off the map. I think he's back for a big breakout year as long as Tua stays healthy.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's guys who have him.
Would you pick him in the top 10? Ooh. I'm trying to. I don't remember. I don't.
It depends on how the draft goes.
I don't think I would. I'm looking at this list and I'm not seeing him, but there's like, where is he on this ranking? There's 20 dudes that are like way above him that are all I think should be above him. So I'm like, he's like a 2nd round pick. Okay,
the only thing is, like right now, like to me, where you reach like a big dilemma is there's a lot of people who are projecting like huge second years for guys,
right?
Like Neighbors, BTJ, Lad McConkey.
Yeah, I think there's definitely fall off in some of those.
Yeah, well, and it's like, okay, do I roll with this guy who had a great year last year? Kind of flew under the radar, like Lad McConkey flew under the radar for weeks.
Yeah,
weeks, right? And everyone's like, all right, yeah, we'll pick him up. We'll put him in. Like, are you actually going to draft Lad McConkey over Tyreek Hill? I don't know.
Probably
are you
not.
actually going to draft?
It just seems hard
Thomas
to draft
Jr.?
a short little dude with a helmet that looks like it's like 4 sizes too big.
Well, and then you got, like I said, then you got Neighbors and you got BTJ.
Yeah, it's
like, are you actually going to make that move over a guy like Tyreek Hill?
Right. Well, okay, let's keep going. Maybe we'll see if you will.
I mean, you kind of got to move into a different realm because to me, if you're going to be,
I'm picking Brian Thomas Jr. and
all 3 of them.
No, I'm picking Brian. I think I'm picking Brian Thomas Jr. and Lad McConkey over him, and then Neighbors right after.
Wow, I think I would go BTJ number out of those 3. It would go BTJ, Neighbors, McConkey for me.
Really? Yeah. Well, it's just it's whatever. One thing about Neighbors that I'm like, I don't know, is he had like 160 something targets or something crazy, and I'm just like, if you're an established dude like Jamar Chase, you can expect that again, but I don't know. There's just so much uncertainty on the offense, and he dealt with injuries, and he had up and down games. It just seems a little like scary to bet that, because even a slight fall off, even to like a let me look at even to like a normal number of targets, like 130, to where like Cortland Sutton is, and then all of a sudden you're at like a Cortland Sutton range, and you're not going to put, you're not going to
those kind of numbers up,
right? So it's just like. That's the same with the touchdowns. That always happens. Like Terry McLaurin had like 13 touchdowns last year, and he's super low in everyone's rankings because people just don't think he'll hit that again.
Yeah.
So it's just like unmaintainable numbers. But then when the dudes do maintain them, they go a long way.
Terry McLaurin's a great guy to me. That's a value guy.
Bet. Yeah, me too.
Like I would pick a Terry McLaurin.
Pick him way over some of these dudes
in the 4th, 5th, 6th round.
Yeah.
Over a guy like a top tier running back.
I find Terry McLaurin all the time, like in at least one draft a year, because people just like, I don't know if they don't like his name or he plays for the Commanders, so they're like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. He just doesn't have like that it on any rankings or in people's minds, but he always puts up points.
Yeah. I mean, I think we move on, now we discussed our top wide receivers.
Yeah.
Now we just need to move into the quarterback realm. Who are you going with your first pick of the quarterback room? Who's going to be your starter next year?
This is honestly, I don't know. What I'm going to say is I'm not going to pick a quarterback first, so I don't have to deal with the confusion of going Allen or Jackson.
Yeah, you're going to let him fall to some.
I know people are going to reach for one of the two, so I just rather not even put myself in a position.
What are your thoughts on Jaden?
To where I have to pick over either of them?
No, not over him, but I think Jaden's a guy that I don't think he's necessarily slept on, but obviously at this point I made the greatest rookie season in the history of the game.
Yeah, I think, well, that's why I think he's overvalued a little bit in terms of yes, he's a rookie who had an insane season, but people got him.
To me, it's just like
you third overall quarterback.
You can always draft a solid quarterback in the 4th or 5th round.
You don't need a star.
Always.
You can take a star. I picked Josh Allen in my dynasty league when he was good in the 3rd round. And it was get my star. and I've started him every single game for the past like 3 years.
Yeah, so you can always
find a guy that will
exactly like you can scoop up like a Jordan Love, even a Kyler Murray,
Baker Mayfield, and he'll
Baker.
give you 25 points a game.
Well, and it's going to be interesting to see what that rookie class last year was so loaded.
Yeah,
who's going to kind of emerge and who's going to fall off. You know, like I said, I'm a big believer in JJ McCarthy. He hasn't played a snap yet. I just like the situation he's in. Right. So to me, like he's a guy you could pick up in the 5th, 6th round.
Which guy do you think is going to fall off? Because you said you believe in Caleb Williams.
I said I believe in the Bears. I think Caleb Williams.
You think he will do good?
I think he's going to have a better year than he did last year. Do I think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback? I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I hate the situation that Drake May is in.
He's a good quarterback,
but God, he's good.
But he's not. I don't think until the Patriots change, I don't think it's going to be.
It is.
He's not going to have anything. But he's good.
Yes, he's so good.
I hope
wish he was in a better spot.
Get him away. Honestly, he's going to waste his career there if he doesn't
It's so funny.
Change someone up
because like when the Joe Milton trade happened, I was like, if I'm the New England Patriots, Joe Milton, who knows, right? When he played his 2 games last year, everyone went nuts.
Yeah,
right. And I think the Dallas Cowboys, this was a move of the offseason, going and picking up Joe Milton for a 5th round draft pick. Silly,
right?
Silly move by the Patriots. To me, move a guy like Drake May, get 3-4 picks in return, right? Future 1st rounders or something like that. I don't know what teams are willing to do for the guy.
I think you get a lot.
I think his capital, as young as he is worth the move,
right?
Because you're not ready to win yet,
right?
As the New England's Patriots, you're not ready to go out and win right now, so you're wasting the prime of Drake May's career.
Yeah,
and I shouldn't say that it's not the prime of his career. That's a terrible way to say it. You're wasting the cheap years of his career.
Yeah.
When you should waste those on someone else.
Yeah.
Right? Waste them, or not, if you're going to waste them, waste those on, a Joe Milton or someone like that where you can go and you can pick up.
Pay a ton of money later.
Yeah, exactly. Like until you feel like you're actually ready to win, where you're in a position to be, a contender.
Yeah. I agree. Well, we'll see.
But yeah, to me,
who's your first overall?
I liked the way that you put it, right? Like, I'm not going to reach for a guy like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. It'll be interesting to see where Jaden falls on people's lists this year. Jalen Hurts is a great pick, I think, later in a draft, at an earliest 3rd round pick. That's always going to get you a couple rushing touchdowns a game. He's not going to, put up insane numbers through the air.
Right.
But he always finds his way into the end zone, it seems like, on the ground. So he's going to be a consistent point getter for you week in and week out. Joe Burrow is always interesting because I feel like he's kind of on that fence, like where people are like, am I going to reach for a guy like Joe Burrow knowing he's going to get smoked, 4, 5, 6 times a game?
Yeah.
Patty's always the kind of the other, I don't know. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks that we'll probably ever see play, but yet he seems to not be insanely productive week in and week out.
Yeah. I saw a thing that's like he's not the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's just like the most clutch.
Yeah,
and then he's the best at getting his team into a position to where he can be the most clutch.
Yeah.
So he gets his team into a close game and then takes over every time, even though he only passes for 200 yards and throws a pick.
Yeah.
So that's how they win.
I mean, to me, if I'm being a realistic drafter right now, depending on where I sit in the draft, depending on there's a whole lot of extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to wait until the 3rd or 4th round and then try and just go scoop up a guy along the lines of like a Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, and I may even take a shot on a guy like JJ because that's a total long shot.
You can grab him late and roll.
Yeah, and I think those would probably be
I like that.
Like my 3 picks off the board, and I wouldn't even hate having a guy like CJ Stroud, picking him up way late in the draft and having him back up or having him start early, whatever it is.
Right. Someone's going to have to be the CJ Stroud of this year, where they just take a dive, and I don't know who it's going to be.
CJ Stroud didn't take a dive. He
was
depleted in there.
But he was a special rookie year, and then he was okay this last year.
Yeah, but I mean,
whether his weapons or not, he didn't play as good.
Threats. I mean, what do you want him to do?
He would make one Anthony Richardson type throw a game that was just bad, and you're just like, what? Why?
Anthony Richardson, still think he could be something.
Really? I think he's such a bust. I just like watch him play, and he's just like, you don't
Dude,
even.
the guy's only started like 20 games in his entire career.
And he's floated like 50 balls in the 20 games.
He just
I don't
needs
understand.
more-
Like, he's got too much. He needs to get out of the gym.
Dude, he needs more time.
He's too.
He just needs
maybe.
more time.
Are you
to
gonna?
develop.
Are you drafting him?
No.
That's all that matters. No way.
I also
No way.
I have him in a keeper league. I do have him where
That's not a bad thing to hold on to. There.
It's an auction league,
Uh-huh.
and so you get $100 to spend every year. And so when your pick comes around, you can put a player up for auction, and then people bid on how much they're willing to spend.
Yeah.
And you can keep a player from your previous roster for what you paid for him the year prior.
Oh,
So I drafted.
that's a cool idea.
I got Anthony Richardson for $1.
Just keep him every year.
And so I just keep him every year.
Why not?
Because I'm like, hey, it's $1.
It's nothing.
Like,
What is the
it's-
most expensive usually? Like, what would the most expensive
like,
be?
Like Jetta's Jamar Chase, they'll go for, I don't know, like $60 to $70.
But do you auction them off?
Yeah.
But if you have them, do you get rid of them?
No, like if you drop them, like what do you mean? If you get rid of them?
Well, don't you say you can put them up for auction and then people bid on them?
Yeah.
So,
If you don't win the auction, you don't get them. So like I said,
well, like what I'm asking is like, do people commonly pay the money to keep a dude like that, or do they commonly put them up for auction to make? money?
Gotcha. No, so each team gets one keeper,
Oh, only
right?
one.
So you get
okay.
one keeper a year.
Okay.
Right, and it's from your previous year, and it's what your roster ended at.
Yeah.
Right, and so for like a guy like I picked up at one point in time, I picked up Joe Burrow off the waiver wire, and someone had paid and the reason why was I picked him up, and someone paid for him in the draft like $18. So I was like, all right, well, I'll keep him, and then I'll make the decision between him and Anthony Richardson next year. Right, then I don't have to draft a quarterback. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I can use my funds to go buy whatever else I want, but it's kind of fun because you have to really,
Confusing, but it's
you
cool.
really have to use your money wisely, and it's actually somewhat difficult. It's a good way of doing it. It's a fun way of doing it.
Yeah,
Something that I enjoy doing.
that is cool. I've never been in an auction league before.
And that league is great because the loser of that league has to wear a dress to a softball. It's with our softball team.
Oh,
So the loser has to wear a dress to the game of their choosing throughout the year.
that'd be rough.
It's pretty funny.
Funny. Cool.
Who you
Okay.
going with at running back?
Well, should we keep going with our early mock?
Yeah.
We've got the first two. Like, I'll take Jamar, then you take Jefferson.
Oh, we're just gonna roll. I mean,
assuming.
it's just all gonna be wide receivers for me. I'm just gonna
Really?
draft 7 wide receivers.
You're not taking a single running back, not even one.
No,
Really?
no.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I mean, you could pick. So if you pick Jamar, I pick Justin. Who are you picking next?
Well, now that I know you're picking only receivers, then I'm like, well, I don't need to pick a running back because I would wait in a real draft. But I would say in terms of like if I was up, obviously you like receivers. Why would you pick only receivers? You don't
Value.
you roll with no running back every time?
Value. It's
Wow,
all just
really?
not necessarily. I mean, like
I feel like it's the opposite. Is that there's the receivers is so much deeper that you pick running back early and then you get better value out of.
well, I mean, if a
fifth
guy
round
like
receivers.
if a guy like Bijan or Saquon fell to the
what?
second or third round,
Well,
yeah.
obviously.
yeah, but they're not going to,
Okay.
right? They never will, right?
No,
so
I
what's
know
the
what you're
point?
saying.
So to me, like, why? Like, I'll take a chance on waiting for CMC. You know what I mean? Like,
Really?
no one knows what CMC is going to do this year. Everyone's questionable on him. So shoot, I'll pick him up late.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I mean, I get what you're saying. I guess we just have different.
I mean, I believe.
think like there's 10 elite running backs, so you might as well get one. And
Yeah,
then
I
have
don't.
a guy, and then my receivers are.
So who are you going to go with
Like,
at running back?
if I
There you
go
go. Let's
with-
just go move into running back. Who are you picking at running
And my
back?
top running back,
Yeah.
is Jahmyr Gibbs, in my opinion.
I think it's Bijan.
Really,
Bijan.
I think it's
backfield. In a
definitely between
PPR
those-
league.
Definitely between those two.
In a PPR league, what you get with Bijan out of the backfield is ridiculous.
More than Gibbs
I think so.
in terms of targets and stuff. I don't even know. I'm gonna look it up right now. I thought Gibbs was getting more targets than Bijan, and if we're going PPR, then that's who I'm picking.
I like Bijan.
Okay, they're pretty similar. They're both 60, 65, 70.
Yeah.
So they're very similar. Jahmyr had a lot of touchdowns this year, which Jahmyr Gibbs was the best running back in fantasy. You know that?
Last year?
He passed Saquon
That doesn't
because
surprise
Saquon
me,
didn't play
actually.
in the last game,
Yeah.
and he had that many more catches and
I just feel like there's so
yards
many
through the
mid-level running backs that you can pick up, and they're just going to perform just like everybody else. I
Really?
mean, look at Tony Pollard's numbers from last year.
he's right there. 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns.
How many games did he play?
41 for 16.
So he missed a game. He still has 1,000 yards rushing.
Missed one, yeah. So he has half what Saquon does.
Like,
and only 4 touchdowns. Okay, I expect better than that out of Tony Pollard.
That's not horrible.
5 touchdowns.
He's in Tennessee. What do you expect from the guy? But you can go get him.
I'm just saying, like,
he can
yes, you can get him.
He can put up 10 points a game for you, just like every other running back.
But
does.
if I go 20th running back, like he's on this app, so give or take, 20th ranked running back, Tony Pollard. 20th ranked receiver is Rachi Rice. I 100% like Rice more than Pollard, like way more. So if the draft is falling evenly between receivers and running backs, then I like my 5th round receiver way more than my 5th round running back.
Yeah, but the difference is
early.
wide receivers always go first. You're going to be falling, like, by the time you get to the 20th ranked running back, you're going to be at, like, the...
Maybe that's just draft to draft, because I feel like it's not in my drafts.
Are all of your drafts PPR? No, I only play PPR.
I only play PPR. But I really feel like pass-catching running backs, in my experience, go so fast that you, like, have to have one.
Only guy that I've ever seen that really does numbers like that is CMC.
Yeah, so then you wait on him.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, to me, like, I'm kind of waiting. I'll draft all my wide receivers, right? And I'll have a terrible running back room, right? And then I'll wait. And sometimes I even go in on tight ends. Right?
I think we should talk about tight ends next. There's like
1 year I had
tight ends is really interesting this year. I think.
Like 1 year I had Kelsey and I had George Kittle. Right. So it's like I got both of these tight ends.
And then what? You trade one of them?
And yeah, I'll trade one of them and a wide receiver that puts up like a Terry McLaurin. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Right. I'll trade both of them for a running back that had established himself throughout the year. You know what I mean? Like David Montgomery. What did David Montgomery do?
You're
before
saying
last
pretty
year?
much what you're saying is that you'd rather, like, you are more confident that a receiver is going to put up the numbers he should
consistent
than a running
number.
back.
Yes.
So you draft consistency, then trade rather than hope.
Correct.
That he's going to fill your spot.
Like, I'm not going to waste draft pick on a rookie running back.
Well, right.
Like, people are going to draft G&T in the 2nd, 3rd round, and it's like, okay.
Who am I looking for?
Not saying that's the wrong move, but
I'm not. No, I don't pick rookie running backs until I only pick rookie receivers if I even pick rookies at all, or tight ends if I need one.
So to me, it's just a hard world to live in. Like, you have 4 running backs that I would consistently say are like that give you the same production as a wide receiver. You got Montgomery, which I'm behind
this year.
Gibbs.
Okay, I got you.
Saquon.
Yeah.
Right. Bijan.
Yeah.
And then you got CMC. To me, everyone after that,
really,
you're not breaking away. Like, those are your 4, as you would like to call them, elite running backs. Right. After that, what's the variation really like?
Yeah. Well, that's when you have to take a chance.
Yeah. And so to me, it's like, why waste my time reaching for a guy like one of those 4, right? When I can pick a guy who will consistently put up.
Does it work?
10 to 18 points.
Does it work when you do that?
I mean,
do you end up getting a running back, and do you end up?
Yeah.
No, I end up getting like consistency points, and
I always finish in the top 3 of my leagues. The only time where I don't is when I can't make the draft.
But you don't win. Do you win?
No, I don't win a ton.
Gosh dang it!
No, I usually get top 3 though.
Why? Why don't you win?
I mean, it always, it's just fantasy football.
It's how the way the cookie crumbles, but it never crumbles towards you.
Like 1 year, last year I was the first ranked going into the playoffs, had a first round bye.
Yeah.
And
sounded eerily similar to me.
And then go into the game, and the guy I'm playing against has A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, and they go off for like a total of like 6 touchdowns. And you're just like, okay, well, that means
A.J. Brown and one other dude, and they scored 80 between the two of them. Yeah. And I was like, what am I supposed to do?
And I lost by like 4 points.
Yeah, no, fantasy football is a lot of luck.
Yeah.
So you got to just put yourself in that position and hope your dudes continue to dude.
That's just it. But I mean, that's a prime example. Speaking of David Montgomery, I can get David Montgomery way late in the draft.
Well, he had a pretty not good year though.
Well, I mean, he got hurt later on.
I don't think, but he's not like
he missed like the last 3 games.
That doesn't matter though. He only had 700 rushing yards.
Yeah, but look at his touchdown count.
That is not going to happen every year.
He had 12 touchdowns.
Right, and and Gibbs had 16. Like that, but that's
so
no way that's going to happen.
So you're going to draft Gibbs.
Yes, because he can catch.
You're going to reach for Gibbs in the second or third round.
That's not a reach. Gibbs is in the second, third round. It's not a reach.
Okay, so you're going to draft. Yes, correct. I won't say.
Okay.
I won't say reach.
Okay.
You're going to go get Gibbs in the second or third round.
Yep.
When you could pick a guy like Malik Neighbors, or Brian Thomas Jr., and you're going to go get Gibbs.
Yeah.
Because he has 4 more touchdowns than David Montgomery.
No, because he scored 200 more fantasy points. I don't know. I mean, that's like,
Fair enough.
Gibbs does it all. Montgomery really only scores touchdowns. So having a touchdown-dependent player is just a little scary.
I mean, if that's where you want to go.
I've never tried your strategy of trading for a consistent running back. I've just always found that I can get top-tier running backs who do perform, and then mid-level receivers who turn into good receivers.
I just think if you draft based off of value, you can fill your needs throughout the season much easier. That's all.
I mean, that's fair. Last year, okay, this is the situation though. I did the exact opposite. Last year, my running back room at one point was Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Christian McCaffrey, and one other running. I got to look at the list of running backs. I mean, it didn't even make sense to me. James Cook, I think, and Bucky Irving. I had 5 of those dudes on my same team. 5 top 15 running backs. And so I traded CMC right before he got hurt. And then I traded James Cook right before he went down the hill. And in the championship game, I was rolling with Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, and Bucky Irving.
In the slot? Or in your flex?
Yeah, in the flex. And then my receivers were Terry McLaurin and Brian Thomas Jr. So those were my 5. And I won that league. Those 5 dudes in the championship game scored me 170 points between those 5 guys.
There you go.
So if maybe that doesn't happen all the time, maybe it's easier to do what you're doing where you stockpile receivers and get running backs. But I got lucky and stockpiled running backs and then traded them and then ended up with just a super team.
Who did you trade them for?
Who did I trade them for?
Who did you trade your running backs for?
Oh, for those receivers.
Oh, for Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
As they were peaking.
Gotcha.
Brian Thomas Jr., when he started scoring 20 points a game, I was like, okay, take Christian McCaffrey, and then immediately gets hurt. And I was just like,
Perfect.
Yeah. So, that's not necessarily a strategy that works every time. But why I'm apprehensive of what you're saying is because I did the total opposite, and it ended up winning me the whole league. So,
and the only reason why I say that is I'm not necessarily dumping on running backs.
Yeah.
I'm just going to always draft. In my opinion, it's better to draft best available than it is to draft based on your needs.
I 100% believe that.
Typically, more often than not, when you get into those later rounds, I have a running back slot to fill. Okay. Let's go draft Aaron Jones because he's what's left on the board.
Yeah.
I'm not drafting Aaron Jones because he's what's left on the board. I'll draft whatever receivers left on the board. Like you said, there's a lot more depth at receiver.
Yes.
Or maybe it's a tight end, whatever, or even a quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? It could be a quarterback. And I just think I'm going to draft whatever's best available over what my team needs currently to fill its roster.
Yeah.
That's all that I'm saying.
Okay.
And then from there, I can make those decisions.
Yeah. Well, then I think that's what people should take from this is whether you stockpile receivers or running backs, stockpile good players and then
fill your team's needs later in the season.
Yes, rather than forcing.
Yeah. Think of last year, a running back, Tyrone Tracy came on late. Yeah. I think Tyrone Tracy's going to have a good year this year.
You can find a dude like that.
Go find a guy to fill in for a couple weeks and then make your move into what you truly need.
Yeah.
Whether it's a tight end, whether it's a quarterback, whether it's maybe it's another running back, whatever, right? You can find that running back and you can usually at that point in the year find a guy who needs something real bad.
Yeah.
Which you got really, really bad. You know what I mean? And you make that move to trade and then fill your role.
Right. It works. Okay, I think the last thing we should talk about is tight ends because I think tight ends are really interesting. Who are your top tight ends? And specifically, in my eyes, we talk about the elite this entire podcast. There is a elite group or at least just the top group and then there's everyone else. And it's I either think you should snag a guy in the top group if you can get him for value or wait a long time.
Well, you're going to hate me for saying this.
Okay.
But Travis Kelce is not in my elite group.
No, he's not in mine either.
Okay.
Fine with that.
I think Brock Bowers
is
positioned to be an outstanding tight end for years to come.
Yeah.
I think he is the next generation, the next George Kittle, the next Gronk, the next Kelsey.
You know what I mean?
He's
a lot like Kelsey.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Right. I like George a lot, just based on how Shanahan uses him.
Yeah, me too.
He always finds a way to get open. The dude's always catching touchdown passes. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then this is probably going to throw you for a little bit of a loop, but
we'll see.
I'm probably going to pick Hawk. Now that he's got a year after that ACL injury. He's healthy. He's ready to go. I think he's poised for a big year. A nice little safety blanket for JJ.
Yeah.
Trey McBride. Don't know if he's in that elite category yet. Sam Laporta. Don't know if he's in that elite category yet. So I'm probably going to roll with those three for the time being.
Those are your three dudes.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I guess if we want to throw in Hawk because he's my fourth. I have a top five, but it's just like I'm not going to take a chance. Mine top five goes Brock Bowers, George Kittle, even though I think George Kittle has as much value. Then Trey McBride, then Hawk, then Sam Laporta. But if I think, obviously you talked about Brock Bowers already, like he gets the crazy things. He's going to get like targets and touchdowns and everything.
No, he's going to have a killer year. I think he's going to do exactly what he did last year.
I don't think you'll find value picking him because I think people are going to pick him really early. That's why it's like hard for me to like necessarily give people rankings because I'm like he's number one, but I'm not going to pick him in any leagues.
I'm not going to reach.
He's going to go in the first round, so I'm like I don't want to do that. Trey McBride, I think is really elite because he scores a ton of points without scoring touchdowns. So it's like the touchdowns will come, like they have to. He scored 2 touchdowns last year, but he had 111 catches and he finished second in fantasy for tight ends. Like that's like if
solid.
He gets 100 catches and catches 4 more touchdowns, he's going to have the exact same year he did.
Do you take a shot on one of these rookies on Loveland or on Warren? Because that has. I mean, if you look at the past few years here, you had Kittle with an insane rookie season.
It really works.
You had Bowers with an insane rookie season.
Yeah.
I mean, you have these guys who have had crazy rookie
I would take a
numbers.
shot on Warren because he's in an uncrowded offense, and I think he's at least going to get a chance. I think Loveland just got too much going on. So, like, even though I think he could be really good and have a good year, I think there's just like a 50-50 chance that he doesn't get the ball enough. So I'm like, I wouldn't take that risk, I would go, my top tight end in terms of who I actually could see myself picking would be George Kittle because I think he's like generally undervalued and he's going to be good no matter what. So like if I could stay healthy, if I could go like 4th, 5th round for Kittle, it really is. Anything after those 3, in my opinion, you start to lose value. Like maybe Hawkinson, but he's like a little scary. I would say then at that point, like I'm gonna wait until I can get like a David Njoku or a dude like that who can he can score points. But then I'm just gonna do the exact same thing we've been talking about, where I'll stockpile good players because I feel like the value, when you're picking Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews, is just like not there, and you might as well take a flyer and then hope you get a dude. But honestly, for me this year, for my drafts, I'm hoping like Kittle is like one of my main targets because he's a top guy when the mid guys are honestly pretty mid. You get a mid receiver and he's good. You get a mid tight end and he's
Yeah, the value in the tight end world falls off quickly.
So you get Kittle without reaching. I think he's the only tight end. Maybe Hawkinson, maybe Laporta, but I don't think they're on his level. Like Kittle's the only one that you can get without reaching and have a top tight end. And I think I feel like he's going to do well no matter what. Just because what you said about the offense, like he just gets the ball and he just scores. A dude like Mark Andrews that catches 11 touchdowns, but's in like the most crowded offense he's ever been in. I'm like, I don't think that dude's going to score points.
No.
He's going to be, I'm not going to go mid and hope that he does because he won't repeat. He had an okay year last year and it won't be the same. So you might as well just let him fall and hope you get a guy who can give you some points. Tight ends is just hard because you literally,
it's a hard world.
Sometimes you roll with like 5 points a game and it's like, I can't do any better without making a change.
Yeah.
So.
Or making some sort of massive shift in your lineup.
Yeah, then you have to get rid of one of your running backs. They're getting you 20 points a game and then hopefully you can replace that guy.
Yeah, the production's hard. I mean, I've never really, does your league allow for 2 tight ends?
Yeah, well, you can go flex for one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yes, I think so.
I've never hated drafting 3 tight ends if the value's there.
Yeah, I would if it's there. I definitely have. Like, I've definitely started 2 tight ends in some points last year too.
Yeah, I did that often. that often. I'm really waiting for Kyle Pitts to come around.
I don't know.
I had big hopes.
Ever going to happen? I don't
big
know.
hopes for Kyle Pitts. His athletic ability is insane.
That's what they say every year.
I know.
He's in like his 6th season.
I know.
He's halfway through his career, and he's
not looking good.
And he looks like, and people still talk about him like an athletic rookie.
Yeah.
An unpolished rookie.
Yeah.
And
you got MPJ.
I was a believer in him too. And then it's
star of the show. Is he going to be the change that Kyle Pitts needs? Question of the day. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move into our last subject here.
Okay.
What is your sleeper pick of this year's draft? And when I say that, I'm going to put some terms on it.
Okay.
Sleeper pick, you're not going to be able to pick him previous to the 6th round. So he's going to have to be a 7th round or a lower pick.
Or later, who I think will blow up.
And there's obviously going to be some, what's the right word for it? There's obviously going to be some speculation because we don't know how the draft would play out.
Right.
But who is someone, in your opinion, that could fall to the 6th or 7th round that you believe is a true sleeper pick? Could be rookie, could be vet, could be anybody.
Do you have one?
I'd
like to hear it.
It just depends on what the quarterback situation looks like. But I think I'm going to make a move for a guy possibly like Cam Ward earlier than most people would expect. And that's just strictly...
That's your dude? I mean, yeah.
I like Cam Ward. Like I said, I like his poise. I like the way he plays. I hate the situation that he's in. I don't like Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I also think he could kind of shock the world early in the season. If he does, I'm going to use that value and ship him quickly.
And ship him before he comes down to earth.
I do not believe he is a Bo Nix type of player. He's not going to get better as the season progresses.
You think he either starts hot or it's nothing?
Personally, yes.
I can see that. Yeah. I think immediately comes to mind 2 dudes. A Bronco, obviously, just because I always think the Broncos are poised to break out.
Don't say Cortland Sutton.
Not Cortland Sutton. Well, Cortland Sutton, I think, is going probably maybe a little earlier, maybe in the 6th round.
Fair enough.
I have Tyrone Tracy.
I like Tyrone Tracy.
And Marvin Mims, who I already talked about.
I like the Tyrone Tracy pick a lot.
Tyrone Tracy, when I think of sleeper, it's like who broke out in the last month. Like he ran for 100 yards every game in the last month of the season.
Yeah.
And he's in a team that was at its lowest and is now a little bit better. And I think they're going to lean on him with a rookie quarterback, and they're just going to hope. I think he's a good running back, and just the fact that he can fall so far, in my opinion, just because he's not a big name and he's on a terrible team.
I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
I do have one more, and I'm going to ask your opinion on it.
Okay.
Because you picked a biased pick, so I'm going to pick a
biased pick. Well, Marvin Mims is biased, but he's the usage in the last few games, I obviously watch it more.
Right.
But he actually, for the first time in his career, starts getting targets in games and then is going for multiple 100-yard games in the last couple months of the season. And if our offense just keeps getting better, I don't think he's going to finish top 10, but I think you could pick Marvin Mims and he's probably ranked the 50th ranked receiver. I think you could pick him with your 3rd to last pick and get a flex dude. And if that's that's a sleeper that is
I don't disagree
get points
with you
and
at
do
all.
that. You know?
I don't. Yeah, I like that pick.
Yeah. Okay, give it to me.
My other one is: do you believe that Brandon Ayuk falls below the 6th round?
Yeah, probably. Based on his injuries and whatever.
Then I believe he would be a good sleeper pick as well.
I like that. I've always liked him.
You've had him.
Yeah,
I had him, and he's done well for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he plays.
Yeah.
I think I still have him in my dynasty. Maybe. I always like to hold him because when he's on the field, he's good. And now that Debo's out of the way, that's just one more reason.
This is kind of I think Ricky does steal some share this year now that he's not shot. Well,
I don't think it's as many though. I think there's still 20 targets that will go.
Yeah,
that are up for grabs.
I just think he's their downfield threat.
Yeah,
he's used well in the system.
Where is he?
He gets open a lot.
What is he looking like ranking? I obviously said,
I would say the late
round.
50s to 60s, somewhere in there. Actually, a lot of places have.
But he's behind Jennings and Purcell on this app.
I was going to say, a lot of people have him behind both of the other two, and I think Ayuk's a guy that still, in reality, is number one in San Francisco, which is why they gave him the contract that they gave him.
Yeah. Juwan Jennings is a hard... that's hard for me to know, you know? Obviously, without Ayuk, like, after week 10, he started playing really well. But with him... Like, it's always like, people always say, like, oh, as soon as this guy went out, this guy became the number one, so he's going to have a good year. But, like, you can't bet on someone without their dude. You know, if the dude's coming back, that doesn't work.
And so, to me, like, I think Ayuk's a guy that you can scoop up late.
I agree.
He still has a solid year.
Yeah.
Do I think he's going to be the top 10 production? No, I don't. But I do believe he could be a solid top 20 wide receiver this year.
I honestly think you win leagues based on solid dudes.
It's those guys that win you leagues.
Like, yeah, you fill your holes with solid guys and you have a solid bench, and all of a sudden the teams start falling apart and get one injury, and then you're like, you stay at like 170, 160 points a game. When these dudes are at 200, then start to fall off or like have problems. And you're like, that's when you win.
Yeah.
To get to the playoffs. And Brandon Ayuk drops 20 points, and all of a sudden that's 20 points that no one even knew you could have.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'll end it with this before we get out of here. Over under, what's the line set on how many wins the Broncos have this year?
In my eyes.
What's the line set at? And I'll choose over or under.
Oh. Like, what's the official line? Or what's my line?
Your line.
Official line, I think, is like 10.5 or something.
Okay, what's your line?
My line, I mean, 10.5 is not bad. I would say over under for you. Well, you just don't like them, so you're gonna go.
No, I don't.
You're gonna go under. Okay, let's hear it.
I like both.
Okay, because I think I'm gonna go with something that's like very close. Like, is that what I should do? Go with something that's close to what my opinion.
Yeah, I want your opinion. This is your opinion.
Okay, my opinion is I would like set the line at 11.5 and go with 12 wins, 5 losses is our record.
Under, I say they go.
What do you say?
10-7 or
they say
10-7. I think that would be a good year for the Broncos.
Well, I mean that's what they had last year though.
They're also in the
I just don't think
toughest division in football. Not toughest division in football, but they have the Chiefs in their division.
True, but now the Chiefs are beatable.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, well, they beat them last year. They should have beat them twice if they didn't have a stupid block field goal. I think the Chiefs are more beatable than they ever have. Like, I think the Broncos split. I think the Broncos sweep the Raiders, split the series with the Chargers and Chiefs, and then find a way. Like last year, the Broncos started pretty terribly. They were like 1-3, and they ended up with 10 wins. I think if they do better in their division than they did last year, which is what I just predicted, and start hot, then that is 12 wins.
There you go.
I mean, yeah.
You got it in your mind.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Fair enough.
What do you think about the 49ers?
17 wins.
What was their record last year?
Doesn't matter.
What is your legit prediction?
No, I think the Niners come back. They'll be healthy this year.
What were they last year? I mean, obviously they struggled with
they were 8-9.
Okay.
No, did they finish? They might have finished 7-10.
7-10.
Yeah, they were not good last year.
No.
They were depleted.
They're always depleted. It actually doesn't make any sense. It's like every year.
They're old.
Every year.
They're very old.
Yeah. So what's your line?
No, I could see them winning 10 games.
Okay.
In a good situation this year, getting into the playoffs, probably in a wild card spot.
Yeah.
The Rams are tough. Seahawks aren't going to be very good. I'm not super worried about the Cardinals. Last year, what happened to the Niners was they just lost too many of those close games early on that they had no business losing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Moody missed 6 field goals or whatever, like in the first 5 games.
Right.
3 of them were game winners. So you're just in a terrible spot, and then you get hurt, and you need to get by for a few weeks. But why guys are getting healthy, and you can't do it because you lost those close ones early on. So I think they win 10 or 11 games.
Yeah, I was
sneak into the playoffs into a wild card spot. And then they get healthy right at the right time, peak at the right time, and
win Super Bowl.
Go on to win Super Bowl.
Okay. As a wild card.
Yeah.
Going through your Vikings.
They play in the NFC.
And your
Don't
Eagles.
forget that.
They're going through your teams that you think are going to be good.
They play in the NFC. They don't have to go through Kansas City. They don't have to go through Buffalo. They don't have to go through Baltimore.
They got to go beat. The AFC is stacked when you say it like that.
Yeah,
but they got to go beat. They got to go beat the Vikings, who just won the NFC North,
which is fine.
Or the Lions, who are pissed that they didn't win the NFC North.
Yeah, that's easy.
And then they meet the Eagles in the championship. That's easy. I mean, I like your confidence.
It's a cakewalk, man.
I'll give them the playoffs. I don't know about winning the Super Bowl.
It's a cakewalk.
We'll see. I guess we'll
see.
Hopefully our teams are just both real successful, and then
this conversation will be way more fun.
Yeah. Next year we will be saying Super Bowl, and it'll actually be real instead of just a prayer.
Okay. I don't know necessarily how much a prayer the Niners are. Broncos, huge prayer.
Broncos are like, if I had money to bet on them, I'd bet on them because their odds are low, and there's a lot of teams. That's one thing I've like noticed. Like teams have like crazy low odds, obviously the top odds or whatever. Well, Bills, Eagles, But then there's teams that have zero chance of winning the Super Bowl, and they're ranked in front of teams that could. Like there's teams like if the Niners stay healthy or if Bo Nix pops off that like could have a chance. Mm-hmm. And then there's a team like the Cowboys that like in no world will they be good enough to win, even if they are a decent team.
You have delusional Cowboys fans making bets that they're going to go out and win.
Yes, so it's teams like that.
They have a better line.
Yes, like teams like the Steelers who like might be good, but they're like they just don't have, like their ceiling is not high enough, Yeah. So then I'm looking down the list and I'm like, oh, Broncos at plus 10,000. Well, let me put $10 on that, and win $100,000. All right, well, good.
It's a good episode.
Good episode.
It's always a good conversation.
There'll be more in the future. I love it. And timing was pretty good. Okay. It's been Fantasy Avenue with guest Coach Flynn.
Thanks for having me, man. As always.
Well, we'll see you back soon. All right.
Can't wait.